on the air, Pops. What time is it?
It's Chomp time.
Pops, you're not very happy. Why is that?
I'm telling you, it's kind of frustrating at this point.
Stop right there. I'm very, very excited. There's a big reason why I'm excited today, but let me get all the particulars out of the way. Welcome, everybody. Welcome one, welcome all. I am Mike. That is Pops. This is the Chomp Time Podcast. This is Season 2 and Episode 4, which I have dubbed The Good, The Bad, The Ridiculous. Pops, welcome in.
Thanks for having me.
You are not as excited as I am.
Yeah,
You have a pretty good idea why I'm excited, though.
I kind of have an idea, yeah.
What is it?
You just love the Gators. That's all there is to it.
I do love the Gators.
As
Pops does, as does the coach back here. But the reason why I'm so excited is after close to 4 years of complete ineptitude as far as game day coaching and probably coaching behind the scenes, the Billy Napier era is just about to end. We are as close as it gets to kicking his ass out of his office.
Well, we said basically the same thing at the same time last year. It was basically the same start. No matter how you want to look at it, we were getting our ass kicked, and it was just like, okay, we need a new coach. And then he did whatever he did, and he found a way to win, and everybody just kind of get excited again, as we were, as we won the last 4 games. And there was hope. There was hope for a new season with all these recruits were coming in, the guys we were keeping. DJ, I mean, everybody was excited, DJ, to take the next step. We had all this going for us, and this is where we're at. We're 1-2.
For the 4th straight year, I believe.
It's ridiculous.
So we're going to talk about a few things today. We're going to briefly touch on the debacle that was the game at LSU in Death Valley just last night. The good, the bad, the ridiculous refers to our head coaches over the last 6 or 7 hires since I became a student there in 1993. We'll briefly touch on the roller coaster that has been the hiring process of the head ball coaches. Yeah. And we'll let Pops pop off a little bit. You got something to pop off?
I got something.
You do. All right.
I do.
Is it football related? Give me a teaser.
It's a little bit. Yeah, it's a little bit. It's part football related. Part football. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the good, the bad, the ridiculous. I got to the University of Florida in 1993. August of 1993 is when I got on campus. The first preview meeting we had a couple weeks prior, I'll always remember being in that big auditorium, me and a bunch of other green freshmen, just wide-eyed, and oh my God, we're in college. And the first thing the president says is, "Welcome to the University of Florida. We hate Florida State."
Yeah!
That is a true story. And so that's where it began. But in 1993, the head ball coach was none other than Mr. Steve Spurrier himself. He was well into about 2 or 3 years into lighting the SEC on fire and completely revolutionizing the sport in that conference.
Well, he came into the conference, and the SEC was always a rushing conference. It was, you had the biggest guys in the backfield, the Bo Jacksons of the world, and all these different guys. Herschel Walker. And it was just pound the ball. He decided he was going to come in with a different philosophy, which he was kind of doing at Duke, where he came from. He was the head coach at Duke.
Yep.
And he decided that he was going to just take the ball and throw it all over the field, which was dubbed the
fun and gun.
There you go.
The fun and gun. So Spurrier came to us after he had been a grad assistant, I think, with Florida for a year. He went and coached the Tampa Bay Bandits of the USFL for a little bit. Yeah. Then he got the head coaching gig at Duke. Yeah. And after a couple of years, he came into Florida and blew the door open. After, you never want to be the guy. Now let me say some accolades about Mr. Spurrier.
Oh, yeah.
6 SEC titles, including 4 in a row.
Right.
He had 2 national game title appearances. One, he got blown out. The second one, he blew out our biggest rival, Florida State. Just got a national title. He obviously had the Heisman way back. He coached the Heisman winner.
Danny Werfel.
about as good as a head coach can be.
Yeah.
And he wanted greener pastures, maybe just a bigger challenge, which is why he went to the NFL.
His record, he's about a 70% clip of winning percentage. So, yeah.
Ended up going to South Carolina later on and did
Right.
well there. But you never want to be the guy after the guy, do you?
Never.
So who was our guy after the guy?
That was the Zucker.
We hired Ron Zook after Steve Spurrier.
A defensive specialist for the New Orleans Saints.
Somewhere up there. A couple different teams, I believe.
Yeah.
And he was never a head coach at any level. We picked him out of the NFL. At the time, I was just thinking, well, this is just until we find a really big name. You never want to be the guy after the guy. So
well, and that what the reason was is that Spurrier kind of shocked all of us.
Yes.
When he said, "I'm done."
Yeah.
He goes, 11 years, 10 years should be the most you should coach a team and then move on. And so we were all shocked. I remember I was shocked.
Yeah, we weren't super prepared.
No.
So Ron Zook was the hire, a very surprising hire at the time.
Yeah.
Didn't like it then. Don't like it now.
Yeah.
He was over 500, which we can't say for the idiot that's in charge right now.
He had a winning record.
But quickly, I want to go through. So it was Spurrier, then it was Zook. After Zook came in Urban Meyer. Now, Urban Meyer obviously had a ton of success with us, 2 national titles, one of the craziest 2 or 3 year teams ever in terms of talent and off the field issues. Which has been heavily documented and stepped around. And
the difference with Urban Meyer than the rest of these coaches is that he came from Utah.
Yes.
And he created a tremendous program at Utah, and he actually had the number 1 player in the draft, quarterback that
Alex Smith,
San Francisco took in the first.
Right, Alex Smith.
First
so Urban Meyer, I believe his first head coaching job was Bowling Green or something. I think he was a assistant for Notre Dame for a little bit, but he got Bowling Green was a good start for him, and then he goes to Utah, which is it's not an SEC school, but his last year there they were undefeated. Everybody wanted him. He had an offer to Notre Dame and an offer to Florida. He loved Notre Dame, but he came to Florida because of our roster was already better than Notre Dame.
He talked a little bit about that, and real quick, he talked about yesterday, and he was saying that the reason he picked Florida over Notre Dame was because Florida, he says, all your athletes were right here, and I got Georgia, and I got, they're right real. He goes, if you're the coach of Notre Dame, you're traveling all over the country, and he goes, didn't want to do that.
There's that as well. So then after Urban Meyer, who was kind of another guy, you don't want to be the guy after the guy, was Mr. Muschamp.
Yes, sir.
After Muschamp was Mr. McElwain. After McElwain was another M, Mr. Mullen. And then after Mullen, we have landed on Mr. Napier. But
the interesting thing about all those names you just said, every one of them had a winning record at the University of Florida.
Except
Napier.
Except for Mr. Napier.
Yeah.
So, not to gloss over, but Muschamp was a coach in waiting at Texas, but still had not had any head coaching experience anywhere, much less in the SEC. So we took a chance there.
Well, the only thing I didn't like about it was, number one, is that he was the coach in waiting in Texas, so his heart was really in Texas to coach that team. And that kind of bothered me. But what really bothered me is he was a University of Georgia graduate, and I didn't like that at all.
Yeah, I can't. No. I still how do you, back in the day, not currently, but most of Gator Nation that's old will say our biggest rival by far is Georgia and has been throughout the years. Now, you can make a case for Florida State. You can make a case recently for LSU, how the two schools seem to not like each other. You can make a case for Tennessee in the 90s. But throughout history, our biggest rival has always been Georgia. We hired a dude that was a linebacker at Georgia to be the head coach of the Gators.
It's ridiculous.
So, and the other thing about Muschamp, was it Muschamp? The one that lost to Georgia Southern? I think it was Muschamp.
I believe it was.
And then you bring in McElwain. McElwain left unceremoniously after apparently lying about death threats. I can only imagine he just wanted to leave because he could not take the pressure. The Florida job, a lot of jobs are not for everybody. You get a lot of money, but there's a lot of pressure that comes with the money, which is why I'm kind of mad at DJ right now, because DJ is making $4 million a year and he's regressed a whole lot.
McElwain was not a bad coach. There were some things, obviously, but I believe he was the guy that who was our quarterback that was suspended for the whole
Will
year?
Greer.
Yeah, wasn't he under his tutelage? And he said,
It was.
"Yeah, I don't think you should come back. I think you should go somewhere else."
But what an absolute joke. And then he lit it up at West Virginia when he went there.
Yeah.
So that was a bit of a hit. I
Yeah.
remember McElwain. There was one weekend we had just opened up our indoor practice facility. And on campus that weekend, we had Justin Fields, quarterback. We had Matt Corral, quarterback, both 5-star quarterbacks. We had Jamar Chase, was a 4-star wide receiver at the time, committed to Florida. Jacob Copeland was there. And there was a bunch of other dudes at that like opening to our indoor practice. And I thought the program was on fire, like rocking and rolling at that point. And it just, so then after that happens, Corral commits. Justin Fields decides I'm not going to go there. There's another 5-star guy going there. But then Corral decommits for some reason.
Anyway.
Yeah, that was stupid.
We digress.
That was stupid. Where are we at? So did we even talk about the game against?
Well, so we're at the point now where we have a coach who is in 3+ years is 20-21. Now, I there was a stat yesterday that was kind of interesting.
Uh-huh.
Out of his 20 victories, okay, 7 of them are less than Division I schools.
FCS. Yeah.
Okay, so basically, that's like 4 games a year you're playing a Division I team that you're actually beating in the SEC. You know, if you count Florida State, because they're Division I and they're a tough team. But I mean, this is where we're at. I mean, this is unacceptable. We're in the same spot we were last year. We have the toughest schedule in America, no doubt. Okay, and now we're sitting looking at Miami. Then we're looking at Texas. Then we're looking at Texas A&M. I mean, it just gets worse. I mean, it's like, you know, we still got to play Georgia, for God's sake.
Tennessee.
Florida
State.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I looked at I called you up yesterday, and I sent you a text and said, I see 2 victories. I see Vanderbilt as a possibility for a victory, and I really don't see another one. I really don't.
Yeah, it could easily be a flop from last year. Florida State and their record last year was 2-11 or 2-10 or something. Right. We're going to be in the same. We're going to be in the same boat. And I'm tired of hearing trust the process.
Yeah.
Give them time. Listen, let me get up close to the camera. I want to talk to all of you in the Gator group that still think that Billy Napier should be given that chance. Have you watched any football in your life? Have you been watching the last 3 years plus 2 games? We run 7 to 8 flanker screens per game.
Yeah.
How many of them get positive yards? Maybe 1. Every single game. Without question, everyone we played, there's a quote somewhere after the game. We knew everything they were going to run. Yeah, you did, because we don't change anything up. We have absolutely no creativity, no imagination. He has no flow for the game. When you have a hot hand, either a quarterback or running back, if you're rotating, we're going to stick to our rotate. There's going to be an opportunity for him to get back in there later on. But the opportunity right now is for the guy that's next to him. Like,
listen,
F you.
All right, listen. This is the second game in a row where we've had a touchdown called back. We've had 2 against South Florida and this one yesterday. Mm-hmm. We had a second game in a row where we've had over 100 yards in penalties.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no discipline. And God bless the defense.
Yeah.
They did all they could do to beat LSU at LSU.
Yeah.
But listen, any coach, it's worth his salt, okay? If a quarterback has thrown 3 interceptions, have him sit on the bench for at least a set of downs, let him look at another guy coming in and just relax a little bit. No, he keeps on putting him out there. We got a quarterback that can't even throw the ball out of bounds.
Yeah.
He can't throw it into the stands. I know what he was trying to do, but he couldn't do it. I got a quarterback that's decided, I'm not going to slide. I'm just going to try to go straight through the guy. What are you doing?
Yeah, agreed. And they're not like unfortunate interceptions. They're not bouncing off the hands of our receivers that should have caught the ball. He's throwing into double and triple coverage. And even if the guy that picked it off wasn't there, it's absolutely not going to be complete. So
How about? Yeah, I loved your comment. Here's Mizell. Oh, Wilson. Oh, you can actually run around, and we can catch a pass. We can run around.
he has 30 plays for Trey Wilson to be handed the ball or thrown the ball in 5 yards in the backfield. And Trey Wilson's a nice athlete, but he's not Superman. And he loses yards on 4 out of every one of those 5 plays, but he keeps running them over and over. Our defense has allowed 2 touchdowns this year. 2 in 3 games, a total of 2.
And we're 1-2.
And we are 1-2. Do you know why the defense is playing so well, Pops? I'll give you one reason why I think the defense.
Go ahead.
Billy Napier's not in the defensive play.
Well, there you go. There you go.
Like,
yeah,
he's an offensive mind. Like,
it's really sad to watch the way that we're playing. And there was you turned to me the other day and said, every single time. Now, if we know this, the opposing team knows.
Yeah.
This. Every single time that DJ turns around and looks to see if the back is there, he hands the ball off. There's never been a time when he has not given the ball to the back. So if we know that,
yes. If DJ was a pitcher, he's tipping off his pitches.
Right.
And just blatantly so. Like, if I can see that, everyone can see it.
Right.
And listen, both of them are good people. I could see why DJ levitated towards him.
Listen, DJ is a great human being.
As is Napier, probably.
Yes, he is. But here's the thing. It's you got to have some fire. Both those guys are very calm. They don't show emotion. The one time I saw emotion with Napier is when we scored the touchdown. Yeah. He showed a little bit of emotion. Yeah. But I mean, listen, did you see what happened when Nussmeier was that Nussmeier when he threw the interception? I mean, Kelly just followed him all the way to the bench and was getting in his face. Yeah. Hey, listen, I know a lot of people don't like that, but I do. I like fire in my head coach and making sure that my quarterback knows, hey, don't do that again.
It's a very emotional sport, and I get the fact that there are dudes like Jalen Hurts out there that keeps it calm all the time.
Yeah.
And they thrive in that, but most people don't. And if you're going to be the way that Napier is, and sometimes the way that DJ is, go play golf. Okay, that's where you need a much more even keel. I mean, Napier just sits there.
I mean, listen, I'm a Gator fan through and through. I've been a Gator fan since I was 12 years old when I watched Steve Spurrier bring the Florida Gators into Northwestern University, and where I was born and raised in Evanston, Illinois. Yeah. I'm telling you, I've been a Gator ever since. But it's frustrating. It's frustrating to see the kind of performance that we've been giving over the last few years. And every time there's a bit of hope, we go down the tubes again. I mean, there was so much hope at the end of the season, knowing that we were going to bring everybody back. But it's the same old thing.
He put a good roster together. I think it's mostly because of Florida's somewhat recent success. I think it's also somewhat because of all of our brand new facilities and our traditions and our colors and our mascot and our brand. Some of it is due to Billy, and good for him, but you have not coached them up one bit. We are into year 4, and we're still almost every game getting a penalty for 12 men on the field. Almost every single game we have a penalty for 12 men on the field.
Listen, we had a penalty when we had a timeout. We had a timeout.
Yes.
And we had a penalty.
Yes.
I mean,
that's what I'm talking about. So there was a timeout, and then we came out on the field on defense
with 12 guys.
And we had 12 guys out there.
Yeah. And once you put 12 guys in a huddle, it's an automatic.
So anyway, I started off this episode in a good mood, and I am back in a good mood because I'm about to go to Pops for his little segment, but also because it just dawned on me that he is not going to be with us long. We don't have a super.
Who's not, me or Coach?
Possibly both of you. I don't know. But it's just about time to move on. My prediction is he will be fired after the Miami game, and we will either have an interim coach or they will find a way to get John Gruden in there to hopefully save whatever talent we have and give us some kind of momentum going into next year. Even if we lose every single game from here on out and under John Gruden, as long as we see some positive momentum, that's all that matters. And there will be enough intrigue in him with that home run splash of a hire that our our good players will
Well,
stay.
think about a coach is. A coach understands when he looks at a roster that everybody's the same until we go onto the field and find out what you got, okay?
Mhm.
And when Steve Spurrier came to Florida,
Mhm.
okay, Shane Matthews was like the 8th guy,
Yep.
and he ended up starting the season.
Yep.
So everybody should have a chance. You shouldn't be able to have your job, this is your job, and this and that. Listen, people, DJ as a person, love the kid,
Mhm.
okay?
He's not good.
But he's not the second coming.
Nowhere near.
Okay? He's not anywhere near Team Tebow-esque. Okay? He's not. Okay? So let's just
Pump the brakes on him a bit.
a little bit, yeah.
So Pops Off is the segment I want to go into before we wrap up this joyous episode.
Well, you still have your thing, you know.
I've been miserable this entire ever since I said I was in a good mood. Mike's misery has been the entire show. So Pops Pops off. I do not have a counter. I'm going to count in my head.
Okay.
And I'm going to hope I'm going to keep it. But you have 30 seconds to pop off about whatever you want in the world, starting right now.
All sports is about money. Money. That's what sports is about. This is something that we have to stop with everything about money. And you know what bothers me the most about it? Is sideline reporters. What the hell does a sideline reporter give me? Gives me nothing. I'm sick of these people, no matter what sport it is. I saw the game. I'm watching the game. I don't need some idiot to tell me what I watched.
Time. Pops, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
You just went off there. Are you feeling okay at all? You're feeling okay. A little bit?
Well, I'm getting a little bit.
Hold on a second.
I'm
feeling a little strange right now. I'm not sure what's going on.
I'm pretty sure that Pops he just went so crazy he turned into Alvin the Chipmunk.
I don't know what the hell to think anymore.
We tried to figure that out. We had a plan for it. There was a couple plans for it. Didn't work too well. I was going to have a couple call-ins, and we couldn't figure out how that would work.
Yeah. This worked fine. Thank you.
So that's the end. This was a Chomp Time podcast. I am Mike. That is Pops, aka Alvin the Chipmunk. This was episode 4 of season 2, which I dubbed the good, the bad, the ridiculous. I am excited for the future of Florida Gator football, and as nice of a dude as he seems to be, I'm excited mostly that it's not going to have Billy Napier with it as we move forward.
Yeah.
So as always, come on, Gators!
Get up and go.
Bring in Gruden! Let's go. Let's get Gruden.